Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Terrence, when you're going against a team like Milwaukee, how critical are the little things, when you look at rebounding, not fouling, just some of the fundamentals, how instrumental do they become when you're trying to take down a team like Milwaukee?
I mean, everything matters. There's not one thing more. I mean, there are, but at the same time, you can't really look at it in a sense of like, oh, we just focus on all the things. We have to focus on everything. We have to be perfect in everything to win. And that's going to be the challenge is, seeing how much we can follow the game plan and make sure that we can actually, go out there and apply what we learn in practice and apply it onto the court and, really make it as tough as possible for them. We're working on a lot of different things, and we have our core focuses, but for the most part, it's going to take everything, not just, a core group of things. It's going to take everything for us to win.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Yeah, hey, Terrence. We don't know much about what you went through medically this past week, but if possible, if you're comfortable doing so, would you describe whether what you went through was scary or frightening or?
Oh yeah, it was wild night. Where do I start? It actually happened to me not too long ago. In June, I had a kind of episode like this. And then it kind of happened again after the game. I just finished eating in the team room. I was on my way back to my room. I was actually eating again. I ordered another meal probably like an hour and a half after I ate. So this is probably around 10 o'clock I'm eating. Probably 11 or probably 10:40. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm in bed and I start feeling, what's happening? And I start feeling like, almost like really, really, really intense, like heartburn almost. But then I realized it was more than that. I didn't really know what it was at the time, but it was debilitating. It hurt. I was hunched over the floor for like an hour in the fetal position because it just, whatever I was going to do, whatever pain I was having, it was just amplifying, getting worse. So I called the team doctor and they kind of took it from there.
May I ask what they determined that was?
So what it sounds like is my stomach acid got into my esophagus and it caused it to inflame and it caused it to have a spasm. So I was having a whole chest, like pretty much like a spasm in my chest. They're saying it's pretty much just from sometimes if your stomach creates too much stomach acid when you eat. Sometimes, it just naturally happens, but, it can get into your esophagus, causing it to cause a little bit of scar tissue at the bottom where it meets like the stomach and causing it to sometimes spasm up. So, it's kind of what they figured out or got to the bottom to, but they gave me some stuff to take, so I should be fine.
Sorry to hear that. We hope you're doing all right.
Oh, thank you. I'm fine now. I'm all good. I'm tough.
All right. Evan Fitzgerald, Fox 35. Evan.
Sorry. There we go. Hey, Terrence. I think I muted after you unmuted me. How good did it feel just kind of playing off of that to get through that, to get back out there, to be full contact and to know you'll be ready to go here for the postseason after that little quarantine period? It must have felt good to sort of be back out there and be ready.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It wasn't too bad, actually. The quarantine wasn't too bad. That's pretty much what I do already. Besides going out to, the team meal or room to get my meals. But for the most part, I was pretty much accustomed to it. But it did feel good being out there with my teammates. Just being able to leave my room, talk to people, hang out. It was refreshing.
Dan Savage.
Terrence, how do you feel rhythm-wise? I know obviously, you're away from the game for a little bit, but how do you feel rhythm-wise, and how long does that take to get back?
I feel good. It was only 4 or 5 days. It wasn't that bad. Back to normal. I feel fine.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, Terrence, it's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Cliff talked about a lot of, the resiliency that you guys have shown this year. Obviously, every team goes through adversity. This season especially has been challenging. But how much do you guys, just as a team in general, talk about having some resiliency and knowing that you're going to have to deal with certain challenges that happen? How much do you talk about that during the year?
Do we talk about it? we don't really talk about it as much as we kind of go through it, I guess. We always aware of the constant challenges. We're aware of, NBA season has its ups and downs, so we're aware of that. And I think we're mentally just built for that. I mean, this happens every year to every team one way or another. It's about how you handle that. So I think you go into an NBA season, prepared to deal with things like this. And we've done a good job of doing that. So I'm sure, we'll handle it, we'll handle it well this time around.
We have time for one or two more questions. We'll go back to Dan Savage.
Terrence, when Aaron Gordon's playing at his peak defensively, what does he bring to you guys, and what does he do exceptionally well on that end of the floor?
AJ does everything well. When he's playing defense, especially when he's locked in, he's dialed in. He has a big matchup. AG, he takes it head on. He's great at being physical. He makes it extremely difficult. He's good with his hands. He's a really strong kid. And he makes it easier on us, man. I mean, we can help him out as much as he helps. I mean, as much as he's guarding, taking the bigger matchup on, we're right there with him, kind of helping him with the, help coverages and whatever else we can. But he takes a lot of that load off, and he makes it tough on, the other players, other teams' best scorers. So he's a big part of what we do defensively.
All right, last question. We'll go back to Josh Robbins.
Terrence, I hope you'll forgive a kind of a silly question. Not my first, I know. But given that there are no fans in the bubble, how much do the PA announcers create an atmosphere? Or do you even notice that they're there? It seems kind of strange that they're there and there are no fans.
Oh, sorry. The PA, I mean, I don't really know, I don't know about the PA, but they do a good job of, the audio and the sounds that they have. They pretty much have the crowd noises going at all times. And when big plays happen, it's a little delayed, not too bad, but for the most part, I mean, this is just different. I mean, we're pretty much used to the fact that there's no fans. You get used to that pretty quick, but for the most part, I think it's gonna be a little different. Like it's always been, but at the same part, I think we'll be fine. We're used to it.
Thank you.